wrote Wild Ride many years ago, actually, because one of my kids was kind of falling off the good truck and landing on the bad truck, and I decided it would be a time where I could really speak to him in a way that would not be condemning or condescending. And
you had a prodigal son.
I did. He came back around. He's a great human being, great adult, and I would like to think that the song had something to do with it. Probably not, though.
Oh, rivers rush to fly down the mountainside. Don't just live to die. Take a wild ride. Take a wild ride. I am hardened by my luck and the great disaster I behold. But as sure as I am standing, I will play the hand I hold. Then went out drinking one night to the casinos. When I left, I had nothing I brought in. I swore revenge and I cursed the lights and tables. Now I tell my soul to see him stand again. Moses stumbled down the mountain. Joseph found some extra room. Somehow Joe kept up his faith, and I know fits what I must do. Somehow I can too.
I saw a street on the beach that had been not just wiped out, the houses were gone, the street was missing about 6 or 8 feet of topsoil, so the sewer pipes were sticking up 6-8 feet out of the ground. And you just remember,
Wow.
I remember thinking, I wouldn't even know where to start to rebuild this town. You know, I mean, normally you just bulldoze the lot and rebuild, but in this case, I mean, there wasn't even land to bulldoze, you know,
Yeah.
and then you knew the sewer pipes, the electrical lines, gas lines, all those utilities and everything would have to be restored. And I just remember being inspired by that feeling of these people are so screwed, I just wouldn't even know where to begin to rebuild
Yeah.
with them. And so that's, you know, I think just being down there seeing some of that inspired that song. you
Yeah.
know.
It's an intense situation, and
A tremendous spirit for we're going to work this situation though and get back on our feet though, and I think that's really, that was actually what the song was about, you know,
Yeah.
the recovery effort and everything.
and oddly enough, a lot of them did
Yeah.
put their lives back together
Uh-huh.
and stayed there. It's really remarkable.
Well, this truck will be late, but it's coming. We packed it up with things we thought you'd need. It isn't much, just a drop in the bucket. Not an hour's dry as it rolled out onto the streets. Yeah, I am hardened by my luck and the great disaster I
in the darkness, when you find the voices calling in your mind, afraid to open both your eyes, never knowing what you'll find. Like a coil of barbed wire, it snaps and unwinds, you go sailing. But it's alright if you freeze. It's alright if you're lonely. Well, it's alright if you think that you just might lose your mind. Well, it's alright, I'll be there to get you through the night. Don't you worry, 'cause it's alright.
These songs are all about things I've experienced or friends of mine have experienced. So, yeah, I mean, those verses are basically what she was feeling. And actually, that third verse that you contributed really coalesced that whole idea and really brought home the whole idea of that song and made it much stronger, I think. I think I was really struggling with how to tie that up, and that verse you wrote really did a great job of that.
So yeah, when I heard what you had on that song, I immediately made a connection with it, and so I was happy to be able to, and I got attached, which is a bad thing when you're co-writing, especially when you're trying to help someone finish a song that they've started, because
Right.
It's not really a joint effort. What you do has to fit with what they're expecting the song to do and think it ought to do. And but I was really happy to be able to add something on top of that because, I don't know, it just made such a personal connection.
I'll be there to get you through the night. Don't you worry, 'cause it's alright. I'll be there to catch you. I'll be there to catch you. I'll be there to catch you. It's alright. When you're rolling in a Catherine wheel, listen for my voice, it's the only one that's real. Like a lighthouse needs a ship to save in a storm, I'll be watching for you, baby, as you navigate back home. Through the cold and lonely darkness of the night, few people know I will find you when you're buried in imagined ice and snow. I'll be there to catch you. I'll be there to catch you. I'll be there to catch you. It's alright. Well, it's alright. Yeah. Well, it's alright. Yeah, it's alright.
Gardens alive, the sun shines high. Each time I gently reach for you, you turn and fly. So I stand still just like a tree. Why can't you tell dangers imagined from those you see? Butterfly, butterfly, won't you land on my shoulder? You might need some place to rest out of the sun. Butterfly, butterfly, will always speak to you softly, but but you don't seem to know when it's safe to stay.
And Butterfly. I love Butterfly. You're the king of bridges. Your musical bridges are just so fantastic. And
stop it.
Yeah, that song is just really, really incredibly musical and lyrical. And so the impetus?
I read a book by Daniel Tammet. He is an interesting person. He wrote his book about living with Asperger's, which now they just refer to as mild autism.
Huh.
It was a really interesting book, but what inspired the song from that book was a little quote he made about relationships, both romantic and friendship. He pointed out that you can't chase after them. You just have to sort of pretend they're like a butterfly, and you have to just be still and hope that they land on your shoulder, and you can participate. And
Wow.
I thought, oh, that's a really good line, and I just started going to work with it, and that's what I came up with.
Interesting.
Like a rare creature in a big downtown museum. Whoa, you can look long as you like, but bind your fingers. You can only see her. Whoa.
I feel the need to be a witness. This lonely garden grows everywhere. I long to break the code of silence, reveal all that's hidden there. You never trembled when I touched you. You never moaned out my name. And the distance that lies between us is like the dry wind on the plain.
And I wanted to convey to anyone in a relationship that communication is absolutely the most important thing. You have to speak to each other. You have to tell each other the good things and the bad things and work them out. The silence works as a cancer that just pervades the relationship and eventually just dissolves it and tears it apart, and that's what happened in this case. So yeah, it's a hard song. It's a tough song, but the message is pure.
One day we'll wake to claps of thunder, and the truth will light the sky. But for now, we hide in darkness as we prepare to say goodbye.
I always tell people, they love the song a lot. They respond to it, in a live performance. You've seen it. They clap and they go woohoo and stuff. It's because it's kind of a really impactful, greasy song anyway. And I always tell people, well, I'm just so glad that my pain and suffering has caused you such joy today.
I think they just like to look at your shiny resonator guitar.
That's it. That must be it.
You never trembled when I touched you. You never moaned out my name. And the distance that lies between us is like the dry wind on the plain. Like the dry wind on the plain.